Hi, I'm Hadas Thier, and this is Marxism in a Minute. The mainstream media really doesn't like to talk about the working class. Like I said last week, if they talk about class at all, then we all live in a middle-class country. Now, recently, there's been an admission, at least, of essential workers, right? That the pandemic has made it clear that society just can't function without teachers and nurses, grocery workers, delivery drivers, and so on. And while Jeff Bezos got $72 billion richer last year, that's $2,305 every second of every day, workers have collectively lost $3.7 trillion during the pandemic. So there's been more discussion, at least, about wealth inequality. And even on those terms alone, it's pretty clear that the majority of the population owns very little wealth. If you look at this chart, from the Federal Reserve, the tiny little red line, if you can see it at the bottom, represents 50% of U.S. society. Collectively, the bottom half of the population owns 2% of the wealth. But wealth inequality is just a symptom of class. If we understand class as being determined not quantitatively, but based on your relationship to exploitation and the fruits of your labor. That is, who controls what you do at work, and then who controls what you've produced and the profits from there. By those measures, it's obvious that the vast majority of American society, and even more so globally, is working class. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, if you break down the numbers, a conservative estimate would put the working class at about 63% of American society. And if you include broader layers beyond, the accounted for labor force, family members not working, people who are permanently unemployed because of disabilities, the numbers reflected in the working class would be more like 3/4 of American population. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. We'll see you next week.